You win.
Let's go into Jim Stevenson's notice of motion today, asking whether or not there should be a code of conduct for a mayor or a councillor wanting to run for mayor.
I literally have no idea what this is about. He hasn't discussed it with me, and I just don't know what it is.
He's talking about last election. You may have tried to influence and ward votes by supporting candidates. He wonders about whether that should be done or not.
Surely Councillor Stevenson, as a good founding member of the Reform Party, believes in freedom of speech.
Do you think we need a code of conduct or some extra ethics guidelines?
No, we actually have them already, and I think many members of council have forgotten, judging from their behavior, that there actually is a code of conduct that governs pre-election behavior for incumbents.
So what about the notion of whether the mayor allows a council candidate to have a quote from the mayor about, they've been a good representative of the ward, that type of thing? As
I recall, I made that offer to all 14 members of council last time, and 13 of them took the quote.
But should the mayor do that?
Why should one person be restricted versus any other? People often ask for references from people that they work with, and certainly I'm not going to say, ooh, I can't talk about that. All right, anything else?
Can I ask you a question about Councillor Jones' concern? He feels that members of council, particularly those who are not on the police commission, haven't heard direct information about concerns raised about what's going on in CPS.
That's a legitimate point of view, actually. I have been so up to my knees in it that, in fact, it didn't really occur to me that council hasn't had a proper briefing. So today's a good day for that.
So no information has been circulated internally, private conversations, emails, that type of thing?
You know what? I actually don't know the answer to that question. I actually don't think so. Certainly, I've been in constant contact with the chair of the commission. As you know, I did a press conference last week, but now that I think about it, I certainly have not communicated with all of council, and I'm not sure that the commission has either.
Why does it have to be in camera?
We may come out and report in public. I just don't know what his questions are.
And you were at the recruit class graduation on Friday, sir?
I was.
What was the significance of that event?
It was terrific. It was actually a very good ending to a very tough couple of weeks in talking about the police, which reminded me of the great people that we recruit and the great people who want to be police officers. It was a very wonderful moment. And by the way, it was the first time in Calgary Police Service history, we think, that a recruit class had more women than men in it. And I said to the class, and I looked at the women particularly in the group, that I want them, and I'm committed to having them, have a terrific career and have every opportunity they need and deserve within the police service, exactly the same as their male colleagues. And my goal, in my limited span of authority with the police, is to ensure that that is true.
So the media is usually invited to that event. On Friday, we weren't invited to that event.
Is that right?
Yeah. Do you find that odd?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've changed policies the last few times. So yeah,
last few times?
The last few recruit grads were not really invited, but Scott says a missed opportunity.
That's interesting. I know that they are very, very, very careful because they don't know where these recruits' careers are going to go, if they'll end up being undercover or whatever. So they're very careful about photos and about interviews. They always have been. That's why we all often see photos of people's shoes and things like that. That said, I really can't say any more about that. That's really a question for the police.
How do you feel about it? I mean, whether it's to shoot the boots at the back or the marching and wide shot type, or what is being said to the recruits at the front of the room, don't you think that's important?
Well, I think it's a lovely event. I will tell you the acoustics are miserable. I'm not sure anyone can hear my brilliant speeches every time I do them, and I've always been after them to move them to a more dignified venue, and I have not succeeded in that. But I'll follow up with the police. I just don't really, this is the first time hearing of this.
Just back to code of conduct for a moment.
Oh, really?
Sorry, just one more question.
Right.
Do you have any plans, this election campaign to endorse any incumbents or any other candidates?
Nope.
None of this time?
No, but I mean, the election is a year away, and we'll have to see how things play out. You'll remember that last year, that was very much in response to, last time I should say, that was very much in response to two items. Number one was, as you know, we had a video out there of a funded slate, and it was important for people to understand that that was happening. And number two is that many, many members of council asked me, and in order to be fair, I said if I'll give to one, I'll give to all.